Standing on a corner, I could listen to the radio when the Savior sang from the fire escape on the second floor. You were always saying we would make it to the catacombs. In the end, it came when you wrote my name.
G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play A.M Radio by the Lumineers, which is a great track. For the basics of this song, you will need your guitar in standard tuning and you'll need a capo on the first fret of your guitar. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve in your guitar in general, then sign up to Chords Strumming Fingerpicking Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so let's start off with the intro riff, which is one line of tab, and it's pretty easy. Now, for our fingerpicking basics, ideally your thumb will take care of the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, and your index and middle finger will take care of the 3rd and 2nd strings respectively. They ideally shouldn't pluck any other strings other than the ones they've been assigned to. Now let's break this up into groups of 2 notes. So we're going to start with the pinch of the 5th and 2nd string, and then pluck the open 5th string by itself, or the bass note. So that's our 2-note chunk. We're going to play that twice for this A minor. After the A minor, we go to a shape like this. So it's based around a G/B. So index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And we're going to play 2 picking patterns here. And the first bar. Now for our next bar, we're going to keep our fingers exactly where they are on these strings and just shift them up to the 3rd fret of the 5th string and 5th fret of the 2nd string. So this is based around a C chord shape. We're going to play 2 picking patterns here. And then we're going to shift these fingers up to the 5th and 6th frets relative to the capo. So these fingers stay on the same strings. You don't need to lift them. You just need to slide them up to 5th and 6th. So this is based around a D minor chord shape, and we play 2 picking patterns here as well. And the first 2 bars in total. And then we go down to an F chord shape. Now the lead singer of the Lumineers plays this F chord like this. So ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, middle finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and index finger on the 1st fret of the 6th string. So we're going to start with the bass note on the 1 beat, and then we'll pinch the 6th and 2nd strings on the 2 beat. And then we have a 4-note picking pattern which goes bass note, 3rd, bass, 2nd. So, in the first bar. And for the final bar, we're just going to play 2 of those 4-note picking patterns. And that's it for the intro, which sounds like this. So that's at a slow speed and at a faster speed. So it is a little bit tricky because that thumb does need to work quite quickly. Now there is a verse variation, and this occurs just before we get into the pre-chorus. It's exactly the same, except we're cutting out that very final picking pattern on that F chord. So it would sound like this for the F. And then we get into the pre-chorus. Now for the pre-chorus, we're going to start strumming, and we'll in fact strum for the rest of the song. Now what you can do whilst you're finger picking this is have your pick ready in your hand. So have it just curled underneath this middle finger, and you can finger pick the riff. And then as soon as you need the pick, you can just pull it out from underneath your middle finger. So that's what I do. If that is too tricky for you, then you can just strum the rest of the song using your fingers if you want to. Now for the pre-chorus, we have 2 lines of chords. We have a C and then a G. So you just shift your middle and ring finger up 1 string and strum up to the 2nd string here and keep that 1st string muted. And then we have A minor and F. Now I like to play my F like this. So ring and pinky on the 3rd frets of the 5th and 4th string, middle finger on the second fret of the third, and index finger on the first fret of the second string. And ideally, if you can, reach over your thumb and hit the first fret of the sixth string. Now, the strumming pattern is a little bit tricky because we don't actually start on the downbeat. We actually start on an end beat. So just the end beat after the fall. And it sounds like this. Up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down. And the point at which we'll change chords is on the highlighted up strum. So the C to the G. And then for the next A minor to the F, we do the exact same thing. So the first line of chords. So that's the first line of chords. For the second line of chords, it's exactly the same except for our final bar, the A minor to the F. The strumming pattern is extended. So this strumming pattern actually goes like this. Up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's it for pre-chorus 1, which sounds like this. Then we get to break 1, which is one line of chords. We have A minor and then C/B. So you just lift your middle and ring finger and put that middle finger on the second fret of the fifth string, keeping your index finger where it is, like that. And ideally you want to mute that fourth string with your middle finger touching it as it frets the second fret of the fifth string. So those two chords are within one strumming pattern, which goes down, down, up, down, down, up. And the point at which we change chords is on that 3 beat. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we go to a C and a D minor with the same strumming pattern. And then we go to our F chord with a longer strumming pattern, which is down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And break 1 in total. So after break 1, we get to the verse, which is 3 lines of chords. For our first line of chords, it's similar to the break, except we're shuffling some chords around. For the first line of chords, we have A minor, that's C/B, the C, and instead of going to D minor like in our break, we go to our F, and then we go to an A minor. Now the strumming patterns are identical to what we had in the break. So there's no new strumming patterns, it's just the chords that are changing. So the first line of chords. So that first line of chords is played through 3 times, and then the second line of chords is the same as break number 1. For the third line of chords, we stay on this F and we play it for that long strumming pattern. And then we end on a G. We strum it and just hold it out. So that final line of chords. So that's it for the verse. Now I'm going to play through all of it, but I'm just going to play through that first line of chords once, just as a demonstration. But in the song, you have to play it through 3 times. So the verse. Next we get to our chorus, which has 2 lines of chords. Now our strumming pattern is going to be pretty simple here for this chorus. It's just down, 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 up, and in succession, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So for the first line of chords, we have a C, that's played for 1 strumming pattern, and then we have an E minor to G, and those 2 chords are contained within the 1 strumming pattern, and the point at which we change is on that 3 beat. So 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. Then we go to an A minor for 2 strumming patterns. So the first line of chords. Then for the second line of chords, it's pretty much the same, but the chord order is reversed. So we start with an A minor for 1 strumming pattern, then we go G to our E minor, and that's contained within 1 strumming pattern. And then we go to our C for 2 strumming patterns. So the second line of chords. Now, one little thing that you can add to this on that final A minor is on that quick up strum at the end, you can just lift all your fingers and strum open strings. So that final A minor, that's optional. You don't have to add it, but it is what the lead singer from the Lumineers does when he plays this. So in total, the chorus will sound like this. Next we get to break number 2, which is a tiny bit different to break number 1. So we have 2 lines of chords here. The first line of chords is the same as break 1, but after that F, we're going to hold on to that F and play it for a down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. And then we move into pre-chorus 2. So the timing is a little tricky here, but in total break 2 will sound like this. And then we quickly go into pre-chorus number 2. Now, pre-chorus number 2 is similar to pre-chorus number 1, except we have an extra added line of chords. And that extra added line of chords is the same as the third line of chords in the verse. So it's that extra F, and then we hit that G and hold it out. So in total, pre-chorus 2. After pre-chorus 2, we play another chorus, and that fades out to the end of the song. So those are all the parts to this song. There's some tricky timing going on here, but if you follow along with the strumming patterns and look at the timing, then you should be okay. But more importantly, just listen, try to actually feel the rhythm as well and where those chord changes happen in the beat. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song, and I have my good friend Eric lending his awesome vocals to this playthrough. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Standing on a corner, I could listen to the radio when the Savior sang from the fire escape on the second floor. You were always saying we would make it to the catacombs. In the end, it came when you wrote my name on the bathroom stall. If the photograph doesn't bring you back, if the final chapter isn't ever after, I remember waking up the neighbor like a stadium. Yeah, you're right upstairs screaming, no one cared, and the band played on. Even in the
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here, or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.